you're not going to love that,
Yeah.
you're going to waste your time.
And how long you have been working together? Great.
Wow, you are very lucky. Back then, we don't have any access to Excel. Because if you have a team that fully believes in what they're doing, you're invisible.
What's the secret of this triple partnership?
So you want to choose exact families and exact child, right?
Hello, Sky.
Hi, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
So this, I just invited you to record this some talks about business, about marketing, about B2B sales and partnerships. Because Sky is founder of a venture that has like 3 founders, and they have been working already 6 years together. So, and he has a lot of experience in development, complex stuff. So they develop crazy things like security systems, building management systems, solar energy systems, AI, very complex things and very, I think, yeah, huge, say, orders, yeah. And yeah, I think it will be very useful to know something about how Sky will do that, how he run that, how, yeah, what thoughts he has about partnership, about marketing, and yeah, many stuff. So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We just record this video after all talks. And that's why I know what we talked about, and it was very interesting. It was very
And
interesting.
it's actually, it has been a series, Probably next, we can do something about, what is life outside work when it comes to, this kind of people
Yeah.
or the leaderships,
Yeah, like benchmarks in love relationships.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. Alex has a very interesting take on that. I have to actually, hold my laugh about it, and I want to, go back to our discussion. But yes, yes, I think it's going to be up for another run and series. Yeah, we'll see about that. But thank you very much, Alex,
Thank
for
you.
having me in your blog.
Thank you.
I hope I shared the worth of my time and the experience. I always love to do that because I think as people with expertise, we have to give something back to the society, which that is our responsibility to, spread awareness so that the people who owns businesses that we are serving, they know that they are getting the honest service. And they are not getting overcharged, overpriced, because that's what business owners put off. They get turned off with it. So yes, thank you very much, Alex,
Thank you.
and have a safe flight.
Thank you.
I'll be seeing you again, right?
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
of course, of course.
Yes.
Malaysia, I will come back. Sky, can you say again in some words how you started your agency?
Be in the venture or be on this career, because to be on this career,
Yeah, this
After-
career first.
yeah, after finishing in university as electronics engineer, what was in demand back then in Philippines is in the telecommunications, which is normal. So what happened is I don't like to be in that field because that field is going to be saturated and you're going to be least valuable in the future. You're going to be easily replaceable. With all due respect to my friends that are there. So I landed in one of the most difficult fields, which I don't have any specialization on, which is control systems. So this is where the building management started, like the control systems. I'm always fascinated about how can a certain sensor responds to a certain situation. Like say for example, the aircon. So if it's in the tropical countries, it's more of like the cooling system. If it's like in the cold countries, it's more of like the heating. So since then, I've been in control systems up until in Singapore, where it has really expanded. Like it went through security systems, lift lobby system, booking management system or facilities booking management system, parking management or the customized parking management system, which that project was one amongst the first ones. We're in what you've mentioned,
So you worked as a sales in sales, right?
in programming.
Oh,
I started in programming
Okay.
because there are very few that are in programming. So the only time that I've been on sales is when this software company offered me a sales job, which I asked, what can I do about that? Because I'm more on the technical side guy. So by the way that she sees it back then, she actually paved the way of my career, even up until now. So that's why we are still, like in talking terms, in good terms. She saw that on me whenever we do presentation. That's the reason why I'm always concerned wherein if your client doesn't understand technical stuff, it's actually our job to make them understand. Make them understand in layman's term or in ordinary terms. Like say for example, if our intent is automatic gate opening system, it only means for them the gate will open automatically if a person at a certain distance is going to be there. So something like that. So that's one of the value that I've given when it comes to sales. Since I'm on the technical side, as complicated as it gets on the technical, I can transcribe it like easily.
Yeah,
Or
I think
commuting it
I
to-
think all sales they need to know like
Have a technical
basis of the technical parts, and if I will need to ask every time developers or somebody else, it will be. I mean, like even I just didn't. So I use Noco 1, Noco 2, but it is like pretty easy, and we use like in our team more complex tools, and I don't know them how to do like something. But I can imagine, so I can like very rough estimate like what we can do. What if, for example, yesterday we got a client signed the contract with us. He had the feature of like merging different videos in one video and adding a picture with the title. So he has like wedding. He creates wedding cards.
Yes.
Where you can just add your videos from
Yes.
the wedding and create in one video. And
So it's a web application.
yeah. And you need, so, and like this, his product like this, just book, not card with the video, you open the card and the video starts after that. And just, he has a company in China, manufacturer, and he just will need to send files to this China factory,
Yes.
manufacturer. And that simple service of the video merging and insert titles of each chapter. And I mean, in this case, I just need to understand the basis of the Noco tool. So we'll like develop it in Bubble, for example. And also, for example, this part of merging videos, we don't have it in no code because it's like something, we don't have plugins for that.
Yes.
And what I need to do, I need to just Google, okay, like merging APIs tools. We use like any API and that's
To
all.
integrate it,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, what we need to check, one thing, like if we have enough APIs, because APIs can be complex, they can be.
And you can stack it on multiple.
Yeah, you can start
layer,
and and you need to check if these features you can if they if
Will
you
work
can
together.
do- yeah, I mean it's like very. I mean I needed like 1 hour, half an hour to go in YouTube or to go in Google and just
To research on it.
first page
Yeah,
like
to research
video editing APIs. That's all. So I mean,
Yeah,
it works.
that's why when I read the story about, at first it was just a conversation, a piece of conversation
Yeah.
that you're also working in startup and so on and
Yeah.
so forth. That's it. And then when you told me about the website, I check it out. Checking it out, like okay. Um, if this guy is what you say this guy is, it's interesting because I know who has a potential. I've been in the market in the industry, so you know
Which
like
one?
like in the industry, engineering, technical, technological, IT, and so on and so forth. So I know what is going to emerge with the right team. Say for example, if you have the right team, the marketing team with you, or the team that's going to like bring you to places, you know, you're going to places. It's like an artist, you know.
Yeah.
If you have the talent, if you're just going to stay with a representation that doesn't represent you well, you wouldn't go anywhere else. But if you're an artist, let's say for example, if you're a hip hop artist and then you're represented with, like say, if it's in the US, the big ones, Dr. Dre, Biggie, and so on and so forth. So on that side, we have a global reach. So that's one of the edges that I am taking care of.
Yeah.
So meaning to say, whenever we commit on something, we really see to it that we deliver it. The only what do you call that? The only drawback of that is all of our social stuff is actually being left behind. But every now and then, you know, like we go out and we consider us the friend in India, the friend in Australia as a family already. Because the people that you spend most time with are your family.
Yeah.
If you're not going to love that,
Yeah.
you're going to
Nothing.
waste your
Yeah.
time. So that's the reason why I'm interested in the piece of collaboration, to partnership, to committing to each other because we are all on the same age range. You do what you want to do, fine. But the thing is, like what you said, sometimes you are going to research on something if it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, there are other things that's uncovered that you haven't seen yet, that when I saw what you were doing, oh, we can do it. Something like that.
Yeah. What's the so you said about yeah, we just finished with that somebody in the company is offer you to go to sales, and you just first said
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you don't have experience, and
Yes.
and what was next? So
What comes into my mind is actually, I just became confident because I know that my former boss is going to support me, no matter what, you know. That's the thing. So the confidence has been transferred, and then all I know is I booked the 15 airports project in Philippines. We did city surveillance in a city, a local city, and then I gained a commercial name with fast food chains, and then
So you just
BPO
started.
industry.
So you just started in sales. And
Yes.
you just changed in one time. In one day, you just go to office and oh, now I'm in sales. Let's do it.
not like that. Actually, I still consider myself a technical guy that has the capacity to talk.
So you still work in with the technical things.
Yes, that's actually where the development of facial recognition started. Okay, when we had this research and development team, I told them that we have a prospective project that can, like be both revolutionary on both ends. Facial recognition together with our software. And then it turned out okay. Because the reason is some people on the technical field, they cannot usually translate what they have in mind on simple explanation. So that's why I'm covering both, so that when there is a requirement from the customers, as simple as that, I can fully commute and translate it to the technical team.
Okay.
Because I would know what they need.
We can I can do the same without technical knowledge about the platform, because it's like no code is much simpler than code.
True.
And you can, if you watched some Bubble courses, or if you try to do like a couple of your startups in the app, you
There
just
are a
feel
lot
good.
of it,
You know how it works.
Yeah.
So you know how to use plugins,
Yes.
API, how to connect APIs, you know how to create database,
Yeah.
and you know how to, the most important thing, you know how to make layouts and make a front end. Because usually now in no code, most of the time they spend in the like front end part, because and they
That's
in some cases, in one
Yes.
in one tool, so it's like more about front end, and another about features. So like depending on the product. But even like, for example, for one of the next product, developer can create front end in 1 week. It's like about app 2. So in Flutter Flow 2 we can create the front end very fast, and then you will like 3 weeks after that to make a fully functionality. So in some, so it is depending on the system, because when designer create the design by requirements, and then developer transfer this design by requirements, it will be like super fast. The idea is that you can now take all your screens from Figma, all your like 100 screens, tap one button, and all the screens will be transferred in 5 minutes to
Yes.
the Bubble. Of course, after that you will need to work with that, but you won't just need to transfer piece by piece 100 screens.
Yeah. It's going to be hosted by a server. So, there are a lot of actually ways on, like to expand this type of venture. For me, the way I see it, it's still very young. It has a lot of potential. The only thing that's going to separate a company from another company are the people that you're going to work with. Because if you have a team that fully believes in what they're doing, you're invisible. That's what we were back then. That's why the company that we were working on became, get so strong.
No, man, I still go.
You just started sales, and then how it was like can you say like numbers, your revenue you just made, and after that you started your company, like how it was like?
The thing is, this company that we were working on, it's fairly new to the market, so it has zero revenue when I started. And then up until it gets on the 7-digit USD revenue. So we did start the benchmark of it.
Benchmark?
Yeah, like from 0%,
0%?
up until, like 7 digits in USD.
Oh, cool. Okay. It's
Yes.
millions. Cool.
That's where the confidence is coming from. Do you know Nuo company?
No? No.
See? Imagine a certain company that exists that you don't know makes money like that out of software. Imagine that.
Out of software? Software?
Yes. Out of licenses. Because of many factors, I would say. So that's the reason why the questions that I was asking before is valuable for us to successfully be fruitful with the venture that we're going to do.
What the final point? So, what the final point of this?
The final point of this actually is, we just want to create, for us, we just want to create sustainability out of each other. That's our point. The three of us before, we only want sustainability for each other. Traveling, while working, while we have the business, and at the same time, the employees that you have, the team that you have, they don't need to leave because they are well paid on top of the bonuses that they get. So, like, the business is going to be independent. And the thing is, you can expand it to your causes. Like, say, for example, my cause in Philippines is I want to share the value of education to remote areas. Like, for people who doesn't have access to education, like kids from remote areas, we want to give them that out of foundation.
After how many years you started your own company? You said like you started it with guys from the company, right?
Yes.
And how how you made after how many years and how you made the decision? So it was like maybe meeting in coffee shop and you just said, okay, let's do that.
Actually, when I was in Singapore, that's where the idea came from. It was back in 2012. Because the thing is, in Singapore, I'm sorry, I have friends in Singapore. You are actually overworked. You do the projects from top to bottom. Design, procurement, billings, management. You have to collaborate on those. So back then, I haven't appreciated it yet. But when I finished a certain project, it's like I thought, oh my pancakes, I can actually, deliver a project already. I can do it on my own.
When you tried the whole process, right?
Yes, yeah. So, fast forward to 2015 when I started with that software company, I met people of the same age as mine. And then from different countries, we automatically jive together. Not on the business side yet. And then there was a joke back then that, that the thing that we love or that I love about being in a global company is, the yearly visit. Because you get to party with them.
Yes.
So you get to actually hang out with them, like those kind of pictures that we have. And then afterwards, we told each other that imagine if the countries that we've started in doesn't have any revenue, and we've created the revenue out of nothing. These clients don't know the company that we're working at, so it's a matter of trust. That company doesn't even have an office in Philippines, or Australia, or India. It's just in Taiwan. It's a matter of trust and pursuing, believing that this thing works. So that's where it started. So back in 2015, the idea was there. We are, pushing it forward, going sideways, sparking the idea, like getting the jig of it first.
Yeah.
And then back in 2017, that's where we, actually started it.
Okay.
Because we book projects.
Cool. So who was like the leader? I mean, who just you realized that and offered to your guys from the team or somebody else to start the new company?
Offered it to the team.
Okay.
And then the good thing about us is all of us can lead. It's just, we have to recognize which one is the best at that certain point. I believe the key factor there, the key takeaway there is the humility to each other. We're humble to each other. So no idea is better than the other. It's just that what works now has to be recognized. For us, because objectively speaking, it has to produce results.
Yeah.
So we listen to each other.
So it's interesting how you manage your zones, because when I think like even about partnership with the two people,
Yeah.
usually what happened, like, okay, I had several cases. In first case we had just different ways of thinking, so I usually want to do something very fast and launch very fast and not overthinking and just go and do that. So, and the last partner I tried to, I started this agency with the partner first month, and then we just separated because, yeah, he was always like overthinking, and but I just wanted to go fast and go like as many things as I can. So, and
Don't worry about that. We're going to keep you grounded. You can fly, but we're going to keep you grounded in a good way. In a good way.
cool. What? So, and the second thing why I finished my partnerships, because for example, I did more than somebody. I mean, it's like usual situation, like when one person more interested in the company, one person
Yes.
do more things, and he
Yeah.
will start to ask questions. So questions what so yeah, why we take like different influence and like different times and so on. How you like
Divide.
how you make this partnership stable, and I would I would think, of course, you can maybe definitely you will have some miscommunications sometimes, but
Friction is always present.
yes,
It's healthy.
yes, but still, if it it's life now, so it works. I mean, how it works? So, what's the yeah, what's your secret of this triple partnership?
I think there's no secret. We just have to think of it like being in a group. Do you remember? Do you play when you were young, like a kid,
Yes,
with a group?
yes.
So, what kind of sport do you play back then?
I like water polo.
Water polo.
Football.
Okay. Football. What is the goal in football?
But then, like football, like most of the times it was like volleyball or
Okay. Volleyball. Let's say volleyball. What is the goal in volleyball? As a team, what is your goal in volleyball?
Win.
To win, right?
Yeah.
That's the greatest objective that you have in that competition, right? So same with business. It's just it became so natural with us. We're like kids. You know, we want something. Like as a kid, if you want something so bad, you're going to do everything out of it. So our ultimate goal is to deliver as much projects as we can. We're going to profit more, right? We don't care about our egos, whoever leads this, whoever leads that, whoever does this, whoever does that. Because we communicate. So if someone feels like someone is doing most of the work, we're going to take it out or at least help on that part. Hey, partner, you've been doing, like a lot lately. Take some rest. We're going to cover that.
Okay. If you see that somebody of us make like something with the euros or with the
Yeah.
not right deadlines, you just
We're going to help out. Like, okay, the three of us has deadlines. Leah, how's your project? Alex, how's your project? Okay, you're ahead, she's behind. After our common duties, probably we can check out what is the difficulty that she's having. And then we can help her out. Probably it's sometimes conflicts arises because there's always a story behind a person's behavior. So what happened is in the industry or wherever you're going to do a teamwork on, there should always be like a conflict resolution via communication. You have to communicate what you feel about certain things. You don't have to keep it to yourself for a very long time and then after some time, it's going to burst.
okay.
You have to remember that the team that you're working with is your family. As a family, an ideal family, it's up to you if you want it to go longer as you want to.
Okay, good point. And how long you have been working together? And this project.
We've been working for each other, or we've been working for each other for 8 years now. We've been working as partners with their own companies for like 6 years now.
Oh, so you have
Half a
your
decade.
own, or you have your own venture with
Yes,
the
yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how it's so it's interesting how it changed from like 6 years ago to now. Like, do you see how your partners changed for
Yeah,
this time?
definitely. Definitely. There are changes, not within character because we still remain grounded. We still remain, like our visions is out there, but our feet is on the ground. Meaning to say that we've only expanded our horizon, but we still walk together, walk and work together. The changes I would say is more on the comfortability side. Like say for example, one of the partner actually has her wife left her company to help him out on the company
Okay.
in Australia. And then what eventually happened is they get to take vacations for a month. Like they just recently went to US all together with the family. And it was awesome. I think it was an awesome experience. As for me, I can, provide comfortability within wherever I am. You get to experience certain things that you haven't experienced before. So for me, it's more of like on the experience side. Above anything else, you should remain the same.
Okay. Cool. How you get so when you started it like in 18 you said how you so you already had the first client, right? So in this time, I mean you didn't need to waste not waste like put time for
Business development.
for looking for leads and to sell. So you already have some, and you start with this base, and after that you continue to search for it.
We are very dynamic actually. We already have some clients from our former companies that we're working with. But the thing is, we're still, like out there marketing. Like we're attending events. Whenever we get to be invited in certain seminars, we conduct seminars for engineers, for IT people, for companies in operations, for anyone that actually needs to understand what is this kind of technology and why does their company need it. Like say for example, if I'm going to do it on the app side, I'm going to educate them first on the process it's going to ease out and how it's going to save them up on the business side. Like they can allocate certain man hours to other work and how it's going to like make their life easy if they adopt the technology that is existing. So it's more of like public awareness first so that they can understand the value of it. Otherwise, if I'm just going to offer something that, oh, you need this security system, you need this certain app,
Yeah.
they will be lost. They will get lost.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
Because,
appreciate it.
I mean, you always need to understand how it's save or earn money, for how a solution can save money
Yes.
or earn money.
Yes. I always think of anything that I'm going to offer. I'm always going to think that I, as a person that owns that company, how can I provide budget to that?
Provide budget?
Yes. Because for
Okay.
a project to kick in, it has to have budget, right?
Okay, how I can so for example, in how many months I get back my spent budget for this solution? Do you mean that?
Something like that. ROI, it's called ROI. You're referring to
Yeah.
return of investment,
Yeah,
right?
return on investments.
For me, I don't put it that way. I put it on the side of savings for them instead of spending and then getting the returns.
Okay, but yeah. We just now I want to discuss just a couple of examples of solutions. For what do you do? But I think I know about some, and I think in the most cases you just save like time and money. But we have some projects which just created for existing clients, and they like new clients, for leads, and they don't save, they just earn money. So it's like another flow, another strategy.
Probably, yes.
But okay, can you give an examples of projects which you have done? So, for example, like
Okay.
couple of them.
Imagine this kind of project wherein you have, say, a hotel. In the hotel, you need electricity, right?
Okay.
So you pay for electricity monthly, right?
Okay.
Let's say all of the lights are turned on most of the time, even without people.
Okay.
Because how would you know if there are people on that places? You're going to hire someone just to turn it off,
Yeah.
or you can automate it.
So if you have the chain of the hotels, you spend a lot of money for
Electricity.
electricity, right?
Yes.
To be honest, when I in the hotel and when I rent Airbnb, I want to turn on lights always.
Exactly. Right. So that's the thing.
But you're talking about not numbers in the hotel. Not rooms. Sorry. You're talking about like a whole
General.
building.
Yes.
Okay, so you have 1 million. You spent 1 million.
Let's say you spend $1 million the whole year for the electricity alone. And then I'm going to study it. What are the factors lacking in why you are spending $1 million for the equipment lease that you have? Because I usually have my own set of computations and calculations on that, and then based on your operations. And then when I finally see that, okay, your 1 million has a lot of contributing factors wherein your light is 70% on per day, 24 hours a day is the 100%, so let's say 80% of the time.
Okay.
So 10% of that is 2.4. 2.4 times 8 is going to be 16 point something or 17.
Okay.
So 17 hours, your light is on.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Okay.
But your daylight is actually at least 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
So those 12 hours, within the 17 hours, you're losing 5 hours
Yeah.
of
Right.
savings that you should be getting.
Okay.
So if not all the lights are on those 5 hours, let's say just zones, like 1 out of 4. So 25% of 100%, yeah?
Okay.
For those 5 hours. So meaning to say, I can save up like at most 25% of those $1 million.
So the 250K.
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
So imagine that you don't need to spend that on me. I'm going to take shares on that. I'm going to get 30% of that monthly. And then you get to keep the 70% to yourself. Who's not going to say yes to that?
Okay, you just you don't charge for this solution. You just okay. You
Based
have,
on savings.
for example, you have this 250
Thousand USD.
thousand here, yeah. And
I'm
you,
going to get
from
30%.
this, okay, from the savings you take 30%.
Yes.
And, yeah, it's good mathematics. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm trying. No, not trying actually. That's I would like you to know about us. We have very unconventional ways to do things. We just need to study what kind of project, what kind of technology is present within us, and then we can offer it fairly.
Like in the same way, like so most of the projects they work with the same approach, right?
Something like that.
You don't charge, usually you don't charge for development, right?
Something like that. Like say for example,
Can you give like another example, for example, how it works?
okay. This one, there's no savings. All right. This one is more of like performance contract. I would say performance contract. Like in Russia, you probably have installment on cars, right? How many years is the maximum?
Installment on cars?
Installment on the payment of the car. You don't buy in cash, right?
Yeah, usually, yeah. We don't.
It's
Deferment.
You mean, oh, okay, you mean lease?
Monthly, yes, lease.
Lease.
So what we do is, I see that, say for example, she has a property. Miss Natalia, I can actually invest on your property, wherein you will have your security system, and then we can have a contract for 10 years. This is the only thing that you're going to pay. So instead of paying it in whole, you can like spread it across on 10 years. So meaning to say in 10 years, I have business. So same goes with this kind of app.
What's again, like I need to buy a car.
Yes, you need to buy a car.
For $5 million.
How many years do you want to pay for that? That's going to be like Bentley probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
5 million.
Bentley or Rolls Royce.
A really good one.
No,
Yes.
okay, $1 million. Rolls
One-
Royce.
It's better, yeah.
Rolls Royce, okay.
Or
No,
the
it's-
Mercedes.
No, Mercedes?
Yeah.
$1 million? No,
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 Customizable, yeah,
no.
okay, let's say.
For
let's
$1
say.
million, I can buy Lamborghini. No?
Yes, also you can.
$1 million.
No,
In Italy, I can already buy, yes. I
What?
can already like buy probably 5 of that.
5 what?
5 Lamborghini of $1 million.
Yeah.
You bought that, yeah.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls
It's
Royce.
much more expensive
Yes?
than Lamborghini. Yes, of course.
Okay, I want to. Okay, doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, yes, it doesn't matter. You want to,
I
what
want
do
to
you want to
buy
have?
for $1 million, like Rolls Royce for $1 million.
Okay, Rolls
I will
Royce.
pay, like for example, in like for 5 years. for this.
5 years, okay.
6 years.
Okay, it's okay.
In 5 years, so 5 years has actually like 60 months. Yes. So this 60 months of $1 million.
Yeah?
So it's going to cost me $1 million to buy you a car, right? So in 60 months you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's going to cost me 6,666, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to put a margin on it, like say for example, one. So you're going to pay me like
20K?
20K per month.
And then
On the 5th year, it's yours.
5 years.
Yeah.
But so, okay, it's like think about lease, right? You
Yeah.
just make lease service.
Yes. Something like that. But it's more on the technological side.
But how it according to technology? How it works with like, do you have some software for that? Or it's just a business thing?
both. Because it's not only the car that you're buying. Who is going to service that? Who's going to change oil that? Who's going to replace some of the parts? Who's going to clean that?
Okay, so you provide service.
Yes. Maintenance, updates, operations for you, it depends. If you want, we can drive for you.
Okay. Okay, so I have two options. I have one option to pay for 5 years $1 million,
Yes.
or your option
Or pay it upfront. Yeah.
up front.
Upfront, like as you need it. Like right now, cash, something like that. But, you know, nobody really pays like directly.
Yeah.
They want to use their money to do their business. So you, in a way, you are co-investing with your client.
What?
You are co-investing with your client, with their business.
Okay.
Instead of them spending $1 million right away, you are cutting it on monthly basis. So
Yeah.
meaning to say the remainder, they can use it to other business.
Yeah.
They will appreciate that.
Yeah, I understand. So, but usually, like this work of the banks. I mean, you
Yeah.
can go to the bank and make this lease.
Yeah.
But what's your job here? Like you like a bank here, or
We're going to take care of it. The glasses of
what?
Oh,
the glasses.
sir,
Your glasses?
Your glasses.
Glasses.
There. Wow, your eyes. You're so good, Hawkeye.
Go.
Okay, so
In a way, we're a bank, but at the same time, we also see to it that what we deliver to you, we take care of it.
okay. You mean like service, different? Okay.
Thank you very much.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And maybe the third example of the project, how you save or earn money.
The third example that I can give you probably is, it's actually one of those trade-off secrets that we usually do. I'm going to let you use the new technology that I have for 3 months, free. Free.
Which technology?
Any that
Okay.
I have
Okay.
for free, 3 months. And then I'll see to it that it's going to be as friendly as possible to your operations guy.
Okay.
And then, little did you know, you're going to depend on it because it's so easy to use. And then the next time you're going to ask me if the 3 months is nearing,
Okay.
we're going to buy this service. And then that's the time that I'm going to tell you that you have an option to pay this service for 12 months at this price, or we can lock it in within 10 years with this price, and then we'll take care of your technology.
Okay. So, for example, you have technology about the security.
Yeah.
You can give that, but how you just give for free for 3 months? I mean, you have a risk that they don't want to continue. So first you should understand that it's like good client and like
Yes.
they have ability to
Yes.
pay for that.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's calculative risk.
Okay, so you have like, for example, 10% who just go away and
Yeah,
90% who. Okay.
But either way, they're still going to adopt it. It's just a matter of time. Probably the following year, they're going to have the budget. You still win.
It's very. Thank you for this idea. So it's very good because we now have some business solutions which we can just sell. And now I had the idea that we can go to the new guys in the same niche and just sell it. But now I think that it's better to like we can give like three demo with their logo, colors. They will try, for example. They will. They will do some
Yeah,
iterates,
right.
and after that we can.
That's our, that's our job, to make business. You have the product, you have the solutions, we make business.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but it's 2% on your
Okay.
phone, so maybe we can go to WeWork and while we're going there, just to continue
Whatever.
filming.
And I need to do some work also today. Yeah.
So, okay, you will do some work and I probably will go with Sky for a walk.
No, we can first go and something shoot continue shooting maybe like about like.
This is already like coaching for free.
Yeah, for all subscribers.
No, the thing is, I usually do this with my friends, and they end up, evolving with idea. Like some of them in the food industry, now they're booking on a daily basis like 15,000 pesos a day. They get to multiply it by 60,000 pesos a day.
You mean like?
I'm very happy to, share those kind of things.
Yeah, it's cool. So you mean in these cases with friends? You mean you share this about marketing thing? How you can?
Yeah, They usually like ask me for a meeting, like, oh, can we have some coffee? I want to do consultation with you.
But usually before that they just sold, right? Sold products. I mean they just offer. Okay, this costs 20K. We do under this price. Okay.
Because there are a lot of companies that are doing what you do.
Okay.
You don't have to think that you are so unique, because otherwise you're going to be the next Nokia.
Yeah.
They think that they're so unique that they're not going to be obsolete. Then look, where did it get them?
No, man, I still go, 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 go.
If you want to book WeWork, just go on the link under this video. I will share my referral link, and yeah, book this amazing. Saturday today, and we're just now sitting in this amazing design interior, and it's like available, but not. I'm not sure that it's available in your country, because
So are you sponsored by WeWork?
Not yet.
not yet, but
Not yet. WeWork. This should be sponsored, at least this one.
By the way, in Philippines you have WeWorks too. Philippines, Vietnam, I think. In India they separate WeWork, and they just separated.
Really? Why?
I don't know, and I will need to pay another $100 for book
The
there.
same with Seoul, Korea, South Korea. So.
Okay, we just stopped the cases of your company. So how you do business development, and what you offer to your clients and why clients come to you, because you give something for free. You just give the result first. You give the you show this result. You not just say like, okay, it will be cost this amount. Pay first, and then we will create.
It's like an assurance for them that they're going to pay for something that is worth the value of their money.
Okay, you just talked about 3 cases. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. Can you maybe talk about another cases if you have in your mind? So, how, for example, from another niches.
Yeah, for those three types, these are the usual three cases that I usually offer, but it comes unique on different instances. Like say, for example, if it's like software based, I can usually do subscriptions. I tailor fit the payment scheme based from the client's capacity and the friendliness within their annual budget. So I usually have to study on that.
Okay. So you have first option, free trial time for using technology. The second option, it is about
Getting it from their savings.
yeah, about the savings. Percent from the savings, and the third option is just like like lease.
Like a
something.
lease model. Yeah.
Okay. Can you just can you give another case for another industry where you can use it for example, for safe or for trial? So you already talked about two cases. What do you have another case?
Regarding which kind of industry?
Does it matter? I mean, with case where you, for example, can take money from saved.
Probably the best one is going to be on the subscription base because not only it's safe for the clients or the end users, but they can also stop whenever they want or whenever they are not satisfied with the services anymore. So it's a win-win on both ends. So the service provider will ensure that the services are going to be satisfactory for the clients to continue their subscription. But usually we do a lock-in period because there's always a fine-tuning of the services that they needed to tailor fit it on their day-to-day, annual, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual basis. So, for example, their needs now is going to be different, usually, to the coming year. So that's where the premium goes up. But the base subscription is going to be there.
Okay. So like in just subscription. So they can buy 1 year subscription, right, or monthly subscription.
Yeah, usually minimum of 1 year.
Oh, minimum of 1 year.
Yeah.
But okay, and you commit on like actions and develop
Yes.
hours for this, or it's just about the result?
It's about the output base. Of course, before the contract starts, usually there is a lease proposal, the action plan, what's going to be the result at this stage, and then the output that they are going to expect, so that we can manage, the expectations from the client, and at the same time we can also allocate the proper resources that the customer is expecting from us. At the same time, we're all aligned, and then with this, we usually signed it, end to end with each other. Then we usually track it. And once it's tracked, that's where the formal subscription starts.
Okay. So they will get every month like result of money saving, right?
There's usually a report about it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's usually a committed report about the performance of what happened this month, and then on the succeeding month, what happened this month, and how it performed better from the previous month, and how it performed better than without the services that we have. Yeah.
Okay. And can you give an example of the niches where it works with the subscription? I mean, for example of the product.
Actually, every segment can be put on the subscription segment. It's just that you have to have the heart to study the business model that they have so that you can tailor fit it in a way that your client is going to feel your concern with their business as well. It's not only you that's actually profiting, it's also them that is saving, not because you're cheap, but because what they're paying you for is reasonable enough for them to have an impact and advantage on the services that they avail. Yeah. I wouldn't say that we're cheap. I would say that we are reasonable.
Okay. So and why they choose subscription, not just like another model where you can just take percent of saved money.
For the subscription base, it's already like a mature model. They're already done with the savings, the saving sharing, and then once the contract is going to get renewed, it's either they're going to do the subscription base, wherein they probably would want to develop the certain skills to have an in-house talents, and then that's it. They can opt to continue with the saving sharing. They can opt to go on a more mature model, which is subscription based. The advantage of the subscription base is once they've actually honed their talents, learned what we do for them on the operation, they're going to do it on the in-house, and then what we're going to do for them is actually the maintenance.
Okay. You told me about the project with the AI, something like that.
Yeah.
So as I understand, you started it not in this year, not in this previous year, not in this year, right? So you started the AI before this boom of popularity.
I would say yes, because AI is more matured on the video segment, aside from the literary segment. If you remember before, do you know what's the purpose of the CAPTCHA?
Yeah.
The CAPTCHA is...
just about learning the self-drivers cars.
Yes, exactly. Before, the CAPTCHA is about letters. So they are teaching the AI to read. And now that the AI is more matured, they are telling or teaching it to drive. Then who knows what's next? Both of them are actually beneficial. So after the maturity of the reading, AI reading, they go on for the video, but it's more on the self-driven car right now. But there is a gap in between, which is actually on the segment of security systems. There is a facial recognition. There is object tracking, which is this. If this is an animal, a giraffe, a lion, and so on and so forth, you know, this kind of captcha before.
Yeah.
Before the traffic lights and all that.
Yeah.
So,
why they use it? Animals.
in videos, there is an object tracking. There should be an identification if it's an animal or a person.
Okay.
There's an AI technology for that.
Why like giraffe? So like lion, they it's not like they're not.
they're not around. Yes,
Yeah.
It's more of like a drastic sample. Yeah, usually they just pinpoint
Dog.
work. Yes.
Okay, and what's the point about video? So you think capture will be video?
It's more on the security side because security surveillance is migrating to cloud already. So cloud-based will need real-time AI analytics for it to identify if it's like a missing object, if it's like a threat, you know, like an alert, not specifically an incident, but it's a warning that someone should check it.
Okay. And what? So yeah, my question was: so you started it like a long time ago? I don't know how many years ago. AI project.
We've started it around 2016. It was implemented first on airports,
And then-
15 airports for facial recognition, which I'm not actually allowed to discuss.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
You know, like, and it helped. It helped on the conflict that happened, you know, during those times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It identified those people that are
Okay.
wanted.
Okay. And so it was like the product, like what was like after this years, like the main thing, just video, just recognition something in video with the AI, right?
Yes.
Okay. So and yeah, what is now? So it's now live or not?
It's actually existing already. It's on the license base of a software company right now.
Okay. So, like, can you say about cases where you use a license? Okay. First case, as I know, recognition of the plates when you go to the gate, camera recognize your plate and open the gate or not open the gate. So this is the first case. What else?
The facial recognition, it actually...
For buildings?
Yes. For buildings, for hotels, for government facilities, wherein the metadata or the system or the analytics will actually identify if that's an important person, an official, a resident, or a threat.
It's interesting to just to discuss one case. So we have now one client from USA. We just make 2 projects for him, and he, like a few weeks ago, he came to us with a project. Just he offered us the project which he needs to develop. It's like about gates recognition, but he wants to make it with QR codes or with like plates, something else, and also for like buildings. And for example, like okay, I now don't want to say like all requirements, but for example, let's imagine that we have the client, exactly with the same purposes which you had already. And for example, I can, like in this case, it's better for me use work with you, partnership with you, with your technology, because like I think like it will be fast to implement it and customize for this new case. I mean,
for
it's
this requirement.
Yes, and the thing is, so for example, if we have not many differences between your previous cases and this case, so how much time you will need to like redevelop this for our case?
Actually, there's not a development needed. First of all, if I'm going to be involved in that, I'm going to identify the factors that is present. From there, I'm going to get which signals I'm going to get on for the gate to open or not to open.
Okay, let's see like the same system, like plate system recognition. Let's say like this one. So which you already created. So, for example, okay, all tenants all of the building they need to have the app. For example, it will be on our side, but the main system will work with the plates and, for example, with the face recognition in buildings.
Yeah.
So when I go to buildings, I just have receiver. It's
going to alert me if there's, or not me exactly, but the administrator or the security personnel, the security team, is going to be alerted via app or via web app.
By the way, in this case, have you got experience with beacons?
Depends for what purpose of the beacons.
Okay, because they had project in the past when, like, in the American charges, they need to track gear position of the person in the charge.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah, they need to track all actions.
Okay.
So yeah, because for my friend who has who has developed agency, he said that beacons is like something very complex.
For me, I'm going to use what is already existing.
Like your developed.
Actually, not really. Their phone. Before they enter, barcode scanner, QR code. It's going to generate QR code, and then their phone has geolocation. It has GPS, right? That's it.
You won't use beacons, right?
Yeah,
You just,
that's it.
Okay.
You don't need beacons actually. You're just going to need their phones. You know, like before they enter, they're going to tap and scan their, identity, or whose phone is that,
Okay.
and then afterwards it's going to be there.
Okay. Cool. Okay, but so for example, as we just went very deep. So for example, this case, if you have the same technology which you already created, like for example, not with the new new things. So you won't need even develop it, right? You already developed, and you need
If
to change.
the system is already present, it's a matter of perspective on how are you going to go through it. On our case, we have an experience. We have the experience on probably where is the stimulus going to be. Like say for example, for the light to be switched on, someone has to press the switch.
Yeah.
So, meaning to say, it's either I get the status of the switch for me to know if the light is on or off. If there are signals coming from the switch, that means it's on. If there is no current that is flowing on the switch, that means it's off. So it's a matter of what is the present information on a certain device for us to pull out and use as a basis for us to react on a certain app.
Okay.
So this is the no code.
Yeah.
This is like the integration part.
Backend and front end.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will be like very fast, like
Yes.
because like in a code we can create the front end like even in 1 month.
Yes.
It's like backend
Definitely.
set the backend the same.
Yes, definitely, because it's just 1 and 0.
If there I mean if there are in the case when we have the observe the same requirements, so it will be also the it will be easy, right?
Yes. We just have to be involved in collection of certain information that is within the client, so that we can try to identify which or where are we going to get signals from.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's more of like a scoping in kind of thing.
Okay.
It's going to tell us how big is the scope is going to be, If all of the factors are already present, then the integration part or the creation of the interface is just going to be the work, right?
Okay.
So if some of the information are not present on the technologies they have, we're going to upgrade on the certain items.
Okay. Can you describe the last case, interesting case, which you created, if you can, something to save something? I mean, just one more case. For example, you already talked about the security system. I think, yeah.
Probably one interesting thing about that is the energy management system, wherein you can save up on energy. So one is your footprint consumption will be less power-wise. Second is, which is primary for the business owners, they're going to save up on the spendings in consuming energy. Because a degree difference within the scale or the size of the building or property actually determines determines your losses and your future savings, which you can use up to, like expand your company or business. Like say, for example, a degree difference in a house probably is negligible. It's just going to be like cents or pesos or dollars. But if it's like at this 60 floors, units with type of cooling system that caters that, a degree difference could mean like 20 to 30,000 USD.
Degree differences?
A degree difference. Like say, for example,
One degree.
imagine there are no people here. The comfort cooling temperature is around 24 degrees.
Yeah.
And then if there are no people here and then your equipment is configured to drive at 20 degrees,
Yeah.
so it's going to ramp up until it reaches 20 degrees. But the problem is there are only 2 people inside the building. So you're spending more than you should be operating.
Yeah, this is to be honest, it's like the problem of this work, because when it's like work time, so it's like it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable place for be here because it's a little bit fresh, not very cold. AC they work good, but now in the weekend they just do something. They off the AC, but now it's like very stuffy here. But they don't not it's I understand that they don't care about like us, like if we're like only 2. To be honest, like here it's only me usually and somebody else. But by the way, in USA and WeWorks, they always try to make it
comfortable to work with. Yeah.
Weekends, because like this is the question. I think okay, if you have the whole building. And I think it doesn't matter if you it will be stuffy. I mean, if you have good conditions in offices, but when we work sell the subscription for all access subscription in all the works, and when he said that. Says that okay, we are ready to give you we are ready to give you the place for the weekend. I mean, I think it's not the right way to just do the savings, make the savings, because if they say that okay, we can't provide you service on the weekend, right? Service, yeah, but
And you need to work on the weekends,
Yeah.
to do something. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally understand that. So, like for those kind of instances, what the type of solution that we can usually offer is the facilities booking, wherein like you can book on the schedules, and then like there's a specific area or room that's going to be like
Yeah.
fully functional on the cooling
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
instead of like cooling the whole thing. But the thing is, even if it feels like this is off, which I hope is not really off, there should be a certain temperature that's going to be maintained. Otherwise, you're going to be plagued with molds. That's why in certain malls, they cannot turn it off completely. Otherwise, the leathers are going to degrade, the clothes are going to be stuffy with mold.
Okay.
So that's why back then in COVID, what we did in COVID for the hospitals and the malls, we did negative pressurization via configuring the exhaust and the intake of the air, and then filtering it, like through and through with the HEPA filters.
Okay.
So imagine the operating rooms of the hospitals. There shouldn't be no particles that's going to float around there, because like bodies can be open, doctors are operating on like open wounds. So that is actually the concept of it.
Okay.
So it's possible, it just needs a thorough review with regards to certain situation to identify the requirements of the client.
Okay. So what are your plans for the next year, or like 2 years or 5 years? What are you focused now?
I have two focuses, or I have my focus right now this year actually is either to put up. The goal was to put up either a charitable institution or a foundation that is registered locally in the Philippines, or to like venture out partnership with applications, wherein you get to integrate like existing technologies together for ease of transacting with the customers. So it's more of like integrating hardwares, low levels, high level of communication, graphical user interface that is present, whether mobile or like stationed. So, but for this year, I think I'm being pushed forward more on that venture, and then succeeding years, most likely I'm going to like keep up with that foundation, which caters for the education of the children on remote areas.
Education of, so, okay, education for children in remote areas.
Yes, those ones that doesn't have access, especially in
Okay.
Philippines. Like simply put, you can give like scholarships to those kids because it can change their lives.
But there, so now with technologies you have, we have, I think, all education open source, no?
Yes,
And they, so the problem is they don't have any device.
the access.
But
Internet.
I just heard about that from in the podcast, and they discussed that. So, for example, so give the device and give the laptop, give the phone. It's not It's not only. I mean, it will help, but the thing is that you. So they need to change their minds. I mean, if they, for example, grow in poor family without something, they have, I think, how to say, so only some of them have like have mind,
Mindset.
yeah,
of,
mindset
like
for
to
that.
change.
Because now, if
the
you can give phones, but they will play games, for example, or
Yeah. But the thing is, you have to do it wisely. You don't need to give them phones. You only have to give them access. Like say, for example, in a family or community, you can, like screen. Like probably this year get 2, 3. Next year get another 2, 3. Like you cannot provide for everyone. Otherwise, you're going to lose your funding.
so you want to choose exact families and exact childs, right? Who wants
With certain qualifications, yes.
what will be as a qualifications?
It's willingness and like workways.
For example, what the case? So
Like say for example, there are kids out there that actually want to like study and studying out of the resources that they only have, but actually they're still lacking. So you give assistance to that because that one that he or she or that kid actually wants to get out of wherever they are. You wouldn't be able to give or to provide change in a handful. It has to go hand in hand.
okay, but now the problem, they don't have device, right?
Actually, it's not only the virus. It's more of like tuition fees.
I mean, if you have, for example, nowadays, if we have when we have ChatGPT, in ChatGPT, it's like open source, all courses in ChatGPT now.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's more on the advanced side already. Like if, say, for example, a family already has internet, a device, the willingness or the interest to like, get the kind of the course that they want to. But the thing is, if they don't know those kind of courses and what does it do?
yeah, like I think this is the more important to show the flow
Yeah.
and show the
Yes.
exact
That's correct.
exact. So even
You
like
are correct.
even like show free materials.
Yes, and they don't know how to use it.
Yeah, just take like existing free materials, like make a tutorial how use ChatGPT, for example.
Yeah.
Like something very simple, something like very simple. I mean,
Yeah.
just go
Even
to
the
this
chatbot.
go to this link. Yeah, like so here you can learn this one. Here you can learn coding. Here you can learn no coding. So
Yes.
I
There
mean,
are a lot of resources out there, to be honest. It's just awareness, public awareness.
but what does this mean?
Public awareness meaning to say that they don't know what it does. Like, say, for example, go back 1,000 years ago and then bring these shoes, they wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So you have to actually have another drive for the public awareness. Same goes with the technology. You have to do the presentations, the way that you present, the way that your client should understand. It goes as well with.
I think in your idea with education, so no code can help children to, it's like gives to more simple way for like enter to the tech space, because like when I started to, I many times started to learn code, and it's like it is always it was always hard. You always like just did something, like some very simple pet projects like Hello World and chatbot. But I mean, so you don't see the future when you create this, and you face with the first problems, with your first formulas, first bugs, and in this case you just most of the people lose the interest, the motivation, and when you just explain no code, couple of simple no code tools, okay, just go here, tap here, okay, you have your app. They can just create I mean, children, like even in 1 month or less, they can show it to the friends, to family, and yeah, they will have result very fast. So they can have result even in a few days.
Let's say, for example, when I go back to Philippines on the 30th and the 31st, I'll be speaking to high school and elementary for like career orientation, and then like to drive them.
Yeah.
It will be cool if I can include your materials, and like where to get in touch with that. Like say for example, probably they would like to help out, like OJTs,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, because the thing about no code, so it is, you can find information
Yeah,
everywhere in
Wikipedia,
YouTube,
yeah.
in internet, but
Yeah.
but people just don't know what you
Yeah,
can.
I'm going to include that in my presentation. Yeah, I'm going to include that. I'm going to take a screenshot of your website.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, it's just like you can just also include the, for example, the simplest one, Glide, or okay, let's say Glide. We have Adalo, we have Glide, but in Glide you'll need to have one Google spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Spreadsheet, I don't know age of the children, but for example, spreadsheet I studied spreadsheet, I think in seventh grade in the school, or sixth grade.
Wow, you are very lucky. Back then, we don't have any access to Excel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have. Not until college or in university.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
No,
So that's one.
five grade. Five grade.
My God.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I don't even have a laptop back then when I was in university.
we had laptop at five. I had
Oh my God.
five grade,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
had yeah.
See, that is, like the advantage and advancement of certain condition. So that's why that's one of my drive. Like my personal drive. Aside from the world providing for the business that I'm involved in, I also want to give back. Like most of it. Because we're not going to do anything about the money that we all have. Imagine that in pandemic, money actually doesn't like almost doesn't have like purpose aside from food. But if you don't have access for food,
Yeah.
it's going to be like quite tough. But like going back to those topics, those are the two ventures that I would like to add on my list of long-term goals, aside from maintaining the current ventures that I already have. And then slowly, like still raising public awareness about how technology can help their businesses.
Yeah, you said about this year plans that you want to make something with the. You say that you talk about that, like about apps. What do you mean, like when you talk about that. So you mean you want to provide front-end parts like interfaces. Now you provide, as I understand, mostly provide something backend, something technical, right? And you want to do like, you want to increase your scope of what you can do, right? And
By creating another company, yes.
I mean, for example, why you want to do that? So because you get the requests from your existing clients?
Because the
What they do?
space of engineering, IT, and technology is, like moving towards the advancement. The idea is still very young for this kind of integration, but the thing is, to be the first out there to stitch those things, since IoT is already present,
What is it?
Internet of Things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like if you're going to apply the IoT with the processes, it's perfect. It's wonderful.
You use Internet of Things now. right?
Yes, with the industrial equipment. Yes.
Okay, so and what's I had a question about your marketing side, like our business development side. You just said me that you have now word of mouth, right? Channel, the main channel.
That's one of the channels, I would say.
Okay.
That's one of the channels. But the track record, for me, I'm going to be biased with the question because I'm quite, like tenured in the industry. So meaning to say, even if I start the business tomorrow, I already have like pool of clients right now. So meaning to say, not only those companies, there are actually conventions that I'm attending on, which are composed of the engineers, either in certain countries, localities, regions, or Asia Pacific in general. So the access and reach are within our pool. Because mainly that is one type of marketing for us. We target the root and not the branch. We don't identify the fruit first. We take on the roots. So that every fruit we hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, say for example, we're going to be an engineering venture. I'm not going to target a company. I'm going to target an organization of engineers wherein all of them attends.
Okay.
So that, they get to bring home and in their company what I've just discussed and the technologies that I can help their companies at or even them themselves.
Okay. I got it. So, and when we first had the first call, you said that for now, for your company, you don't have website. You have only like PDF documents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for me, it's like very. I don't know. It's like just a little bit strange for my
That's right.
for my view,
That's
right?
right.
And but I understand that you don't need it just for now because you have all marketing with your partnerships with the word of mouth.
I already have enough. You know
Yeah.
what? The clients that I have are enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm lacking of? Teams that are trustworthy enough for me to expand. Once I got those teams, like to develop elsewhere, probably.
It's like it's an interesting question about the word enough because when I hear enough, for me it's like me a little bit trigger because so when I think about something, it's automatically works in my brain. I start to think like globally, like to how to create a unicorn from that.
Yes.
How you create something like very big.
Yes.
And when I hear enough, I just detected like that. Okay, or you will say like, for example, we will learn like even like $100 million, and this will be just enough. I mean, it's not right. So like, what's your point? Or you don't want to make unicorns and.
I want to provide quality over quantity within that certain space that is mine in Philippines.
Okay.
So meaning to say, an avenue of marketing for me with that, if I'm not going to attend to those calls, it's just going to be like a destruction of that company itself. Oh, this company doesn't reply to this and that. This company doesn't, you know. So when I say enough, I think it's more than that, because across Philippines we have reach. You know, like the major ones.
In your niches.
Yes. So it's mature market for us.
So okay, I got it. So you mean when you will have enough teams for existing demand?
It's going to be like another company already, because I am like tenuring. It's like that company is the baby for me to get tenured for like more than decades and decades.
Okay, because like it's interesting because for me, because I have like opposite situation with marketing, so we didn't have for these 2 years any word of mouth clients. I mean, we had some, but most of them, almost. I think.
That's actually what we're good at. The three of us, the partners that I'm telling you, that's what we're good at. We see to it that you're comfortable enough with us, that you're the one who's going to talk to us. You know, like, say, John. Samson, Jen, Samson. We have this kind of situation, pain. Do you have any idea how can we like ease on this kind of situation? And then for me, as you know, like a person who has access on certain principals, certain manufacturers, I can assemble those probably for them. You know, I'm not going to like eat all the piece of cake or eat all the slices of the cake. Just going to take the piece. Then everyone has their own piece.
Okay, got it. But the thing is that it's for me like I have vision that always need to set this marketing and sales engine, and I look at that on always like on the startup that it can be grow to the unicorn, because I think so in our idea, so if we create the product for example 100% with no code, we get first product in this niche we created 3 months. The second we can create 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And like it looks like usually in B2B startups, it is like very good how to say multiplier.
Yes.
So and yeah. So and I understand that for make it like I want to try make it from that like real unicorn. So I need to first, of course, build the system, build the manufacturer of this product, the same products, copy paste products, and the second, I need always to improve marketing, sales, and for leads. And I always think about, like most of the time, I think about that. And so, and in your case, you just you don't need even like website. You just you have some companies which they're enough for your for your teams, and you need to find now like some teams for
I would like to say that the babies that I have are dedicated for my clients, for my for the clients that I currently have. They are good payers. If I'm going to cater other more with that venture, I'm going to get distracted, or that company is going to get distracted with other services. If I want to replicate this, I will just have to create another company. Because I want that to be the most preferred by that client that we are dealing with. Yeah.
okay. I got it.
Because they're, like insanely huge already, like for Philippine market. And we don't really want to go on tender, go on bidding. We don't want to be, involved in that. We just want to be the preferred ones.
Okay, yeah, it's like another business, another
Another way of working it.
yeah, because yeah, for me, like still hard to imagine how it's possible to have some big clients and just okay. No, I can imagine it because we have like now one client. You just always offer us projects, but I understand that you have more and the projects are more huge and so on. But for our stage, for my experience, it's like the first case when I just we have a client. He just every month bring the project, and we can estimate each project's like 20K, 30K because it is like they're pretty complex. But yeah, they're okay for no code. And I understand that if you have these like 5 clients who always bring us one project per month. Yeah, in the like local agency for the one market, it will be good, but it's like I think it's like very dependent on your goals and your expectations.
Your ambitions with your company.
Yeah, ambitions. Yeah, because for example, for me, I have for me 2 ways. One way have local business development agency for money and use this money for new startups to create something like unicorn. But I lived with this idea for half of the year and even for 1 year because I always think, okay, we just need to earn now a lot of
sustain first.
a lot of money,
You have to
and
sustain
then
first.
But now I see on that like on startup too. I just trying to recreate my mind that okay, now you have you can create like big multiplicator. You just bring a lot of money and it can be startup.
Yeah.
So it can be one of the startup. And I like the idea of the startup, not because it's like startup and because it's like it's so popular now, or because
I actually wouldn't like to call it anything startup that I'm involved with. I would like to call it like venture.
yeah, but the thing why? So what differences between startup and venture, for example, or business? Okay,
For me,
you can ask you can answer, and then I will say for what differences for me.
For me, a venture is something that you're going to create, which you're already really good at, So you're not starting over from something that is still a young market. So a startup is an idea that has been conceptualized, fairly new in the market. That for me is a startup.
So okay, for me, differences like the main difference why I like startups, because in the startup you must have something. So you must have something, idea, but it must be like multiplier. So it must be, it must has have possibility to grow fast, very fast, as usual in the as usual business, like hundreds of times faster, and always also the first thing about growth, so I mean in users or in revenue, and the second thing about money. So like it must have possibility to for this fast grow, earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot, like not unnormal. How to say? Yeah, like as like existing alternative on the market, or as like usual businesses. And and in the startup you need to have something something which make you something which make you different than other existing alternatives.
Yes.
And these differences, and because of these differences, it's like it can be safe for saving time, saving money, or just extra earnings. It is so this because of these differences you can like grow very fast and very grow very fast.
Or probably for me, I just use the word startup with high regards, like with high respect. Like it should innovate something.
Yeah, but not but innovate. But innovation it can be also in the business model. For example,
True.
I have I don't know. We have Uber.
Yeah.
And we don't have Uber business model in. For example, we hadn't Uber business model in food. They like Grab created or like another like
That
Uber
for
Eats.
me is already like a venture. Because from startup, as a Grab, they created another venture for them to incorporate, which is the food and grocery. So that for me is a venture. Like for me, as a sample of startup would be like Spotify. They actually, ambitiously rented the licenses. Thank you. Rented the licenses from the music companies, which is revolutionary because every one of us listens to music, but doesn't want piracy, right? So we balance it. So I see it as more of like innovation on that segment. The venture will be, or the venture will start if, like, say, for example, Spotify offers like similar to Netflix kind of thing. They expand to videos already, something like that. So probably I just have like certain regards to, both things.
Yeah, and the main thing why I like it because of the grow. Yeah, the ability to fast grow. So you you go to the goal that like, okay, if you do some actions in the existing market, and if you can, for example, in our case in the agency, if you could cut time of development like 10 or 20 times, like make it like 20 times faster, and give the same result as they will get with the usual development, for example. So in this case, if we show that we can do that, and if the product which we will create will cost enough for growth, I mean, for example, let's say 50K, it will be enough. For example, if we will get 50K in 2 weeks, I mean, it will be very multiplied thing. And
I totally agree.
yeah, and so yeah, and this is what I like. So I mean, so yeah, I always refocus from the money stuff to the startup stuff, because when you yeah, it's like for me more interesting create the next Google than create the next business example.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I understand that possibility of create the next Google like less, but I just believe I'm not care about that. So and I always had this problem. I don't know if you have faced to this, but the thing is that I understood that if you will, if you have this, so it's like a question. It's a question about maximization and ambitious. If you have this type of ambitions, if you have create something like Google, something
I
huge.
have that, but I cannot discuss it yet. I have that. I have at least 2 apps.
Okay.
That's why I want to bring in, like, you know, the right people in the team first.
Okay, and the final thing about this, if you have this type of ambitions, you need to always understand and come back to reality and understand that first you need to create something for money making. This is my point, which I like.
That's
why I want to create this startup with copy pasting of business solution first.
Yes.
Because I understand that in this startup I definitely will earn a lot of money, and if you, so I met many, so I have many friends, startup guys, startup founders I met in USA, many founders. They all say that they like spend more than half of the day for fundraising, for finding, for trying to find the next round. And I don't want to go
I want
the
to
same
be
way.
self-financed.
Yeah.
For me, that's the reason why, if you may have noticed, I'm personally targeting, you know, like companies like you to work with first, to create the revenue, and then from that, there's another venture. The startup is going to, you know, like sprout.
Yeah.
The venture is going to sustain the company and the partners, and then sub-projects of those teams are going to be the startups. So it's like you're creating a Silicon Valley inside your venture.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, I have the same thoughts. I mean,
That's the reason why I would really like you to, or I would want to know if you have fully understand, you know, like the thing that I was discussing before.
So I had the same thoughts, and I even like we already created 2 startups in 1 week. but I just so we created like a few weeks ago, and I just realized after, and we just showed all this during the streams, and the idea is that I want to continue it, of course, like show like that you can create the products very fast with no code, with some optimization product, with like right product planning, with fast design. So, but I just these 2 weeks of product creations, I absolutely refocused from my agency and from money, and I realized that okay, I can all these products. First will be was created by myself with the designer, which I just with him I negotiate for free design. The second always I negotiate with the good developer and designer from my team. But okay, we created these 2 products, but now I understand that I I have 2 options. I have so first option I will need to spend my half of the day or like I don't know even like 3 hours of the day for this new startup and do marketing, start the marketing because like it's all it's like only starting, so you can't just do it something not active now. So you need to put time for that, to put money, and so on. And so
You're right.
and I faced with the thing that I even don't have time for like republish it and stuff. The first product we haven't published that yet because we faced with some problems with publishing, and I for these 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I hadn't even time for republish it. I mean, and first, and I realized that I have to. I need. Okay, I put the time for that.
Yes.
But for this, I don't like it because yeah, I have not very stable not very stable in the money flow which I get from the agency, and we just need to improve our processes and so on. I mean, I can just focus from the agency now and focus on something else for the like startups which just give me nothing now, and all like I can delegate it to the team, and the team can and I can be CEO like, but just not CEO even like owner and just work with the team. But for the team, you have 2 options: find the free team, like negotiate with the people, but it's hard, and you need to have like big network or big media. That's why one reason I create the media for find the right people, and yeah. And the second, like you can negotiate for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks for free working, but after that you will need to pay because like people that can't work just for free always.
Definitely.
Yeah, and sorry for the long explanation, and I just realized
Explain it good.
I just realized that even like you just in all these thoughts you go to the final thing, money. So if you need money for growth marketing, you need money for team, you need money for growing media. So all this. So I see like many founders, many they have like this hallucination. How to say hallucination that they don't focus on money. So and
For me, I believe that if you do what you love, and what you love produces something really good, money will follow. That's the reason why I don't even need a website anymore.
yeah.
Because if I'm going to get that, I'm just going to disappoint, those new clients or those new inquiries. We're that good that we're being hunted.
Let's like finish with some I don't know some thoughts about recommendations for people. For example, let's start with the partnerships.
Yeah.
So what are the main um, points? So yeah, what the for example 3 or 5 the main points to have good partnerships with people as a owner, for example, if you're a co-founder.
Number one, transparency. With transparency, in and out, no matter how good, no matter how bad, if you treat your partner like your girlfriend, like someone close to you, like your wife, you will tell everything. And when you tell something that is good, that is celebratory. If you tell something that is not so good, that's where the second thing comes in.
What?
That's where the second thing comes in, which is conflict handling.
Okay.
There's going to be a conflict with that. One is going to think that this and that should be done and so on and so forth, but conflict handling means that you have to communicate with each other. Both of you or your group has to be humble enough to identify objectively where is the solution rather than focusing on where the problem came from or who started the problem.
Okay.
Because once the conflict has been handled, the solution has been provided, that's wherein you're going to start to provide each other with, the trust. The trust is going to bear fruit from those certain situations. The transparency, the conflict handling, the trust is going to be provided. That is self-explanatory. So the fourth one, probably if I'm going to choose, 5, you have to love them as your family. You're going to spend most of your time with them. And probably the fifth one is, to be to identify or to be humble enough to identify yourself always, like a self-check. Because those 4 wouldn't matter if this is not present. The humility. Yes, we all have our dreams, right? But if we are afloat, we're just the center of everything, you wouldn't have 4 of those from your partners. Definitely. Those will go away. Stay faithful to your cause, be humble enough to, walk in that path and be humble enough to seek help. That is partnership.
Okay.
What about you?
My thoughts?
About that, since that is the final thing. Give me 5 of your qualities that you're looking for in a partnership.
For partnership, so first I want to say that I hadn't got success experience of the partnership, to be honest. I mean, I started some couple of times partnerships, but they finished very fast because different reasons. But I have some thoughts. So first, so now I think that this point very similar with the love partnerships. I have one idea about love partnerships that so you in love partnerships you need to match with about 8 benchmarks.
Yes.
First, vibe. It's like when you can always joke, when you
Yeah,
laugh
yeah,
always. Like it's like we have that or not. So it's not something. It's a very organic. So
Yes.
with some people you have the same vibe, with some not. First vibe. Second is and let's
Second wife?
yeah.
Second wife? Or what?
No, second.
Second thing? Okay, okay.
The first vibe,
Okay, the
not
first.
wife, a wife. And let's discuss the same time as partnership, the same in partnership.
Yeah.
So you can be like different type of the people, like system people or like not system, but like the vibe should be the same. The second thing from love partnerships, it is a question about interests. So I believe that if you need to have like the same sphere of interests, but when you partner when you're partners, it's like something already you have because you just work with the same company. So the third thing which is important, the third benchmark which is important in love partnerships, which it should be match. About I forgot this word in English, but it's about so it's about psychology. It's about when you can so you just ready enough for in partnerships you're ready for it's maybe mindness no so you understand that the person can be triggered by something
Yes.
by something from his mind and from his past things, and if he, for example, start to trigger, to just for example scream or something like that, like start to be, I don't know, maybe aggressive, maybe something else, you always need to understand that in this, so he has fears now, he has something from the past, and you just need to discuss it, and you need to think you need to think about it like about not like a problem, but just that you can
Something to talk about.
something to talk about, and maybe help, maybe find, maybe like even like find psychology, I don't know this profession, what's the right pronunciation, like psychology, psychological, and the person psychologist,
Yeah.
and find like right psychologist, for example. And this is the third thing, because if not, you will always argue and always trigger too. It's not good. The fourth thing from the love partnerships, relationships. Sorry. The thing about I need to one moment. So, the thing about so how often you work? I mean, how much you work? For example, let's give very simple case. If my partner, if I work always, all time, on the weekends, on the weekdays, as I work all time. Really, I mean, I can make when I with people I can relax. Only with people I can relax usually, and forget. For example, today I forgot about all tasks and just make this interview. But most of the time, but after this interview, I will work the evening of Saturday. And if you have the girlfriend who don't like work on the weekend and don't understand why you work, don't understand.
That's why I don't have girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do you have girlfriend?
No.
See?
Well,
Because, like, there are few people that are going to understand, like, the extensive work.
yeah.
You have the will, you have the energy, you have the passion. That is your burning desire to do something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and they don't understand it, and this is like the most I think one of the most important things, and I won't start any relationships without this match. It's like
Yes, yes. It's going to be like,
Um,
you're going to stress yourself out, you're going to waste someone else's time.
yeah,
It's unfair to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good to them as well. Not only for people
Yeah.
like us who's working, it's also unfair to them.
yeah. The same with the partners in the business. So
Yes.
if your partner like if you used to work during the weekend, if you need that, and if you really want, and your partners say, oh, so always, I mean, sometimes it's okay, but for example, let's see that you always work on the weekend, but in the startup, for example, let's take the case of the startup, and your partners say that, oh no, I can't.
Let's do that on the next week.
Yes, I need I need to relax on the weekend. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not going to get mad at someone like that. I'm just going to, like, talk politely.
Yeah.
Like, let's say for example, I'm expecting some work from you to get done. I'm just going to say that as a partner, Alex, probably, do you think that it's about time that, like, we hire someone to, like, help us? So that I do understand that you need to relax and have your free moment. And I wouldn't want to take that away, but I think this is the opportunity for us to, like, get someone. As a partner, I think you have to help address that, not put the blame on other person.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because in the first place, one is not going to get busy without a project. Right?
Yeah.
So meaning to say, if there are projects that are being put in, that means to say something is working there. And in time, along the way, it's going to improve and so on. And you will need, like, headcounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, another benchmarks about relationships, they're like about only relationships, I think. Like, it's a question about freedom for each person. I mean, they should be aligned with the level of freedom. For example, for one person, like have sex with another girls into relationships, it's like level of freedom, but for another, it's not. For example,
It's going to be very difficult for, like,
Yeah.
some like.
Yeah, it's a question about freedom too. So, and what else? We have some, I have some something else,
Yeah,
but I mean,
that is a very interesting point. Yes.
most of these points, they're like from relationships, they're like the same in partnerships.
Is it from a book?
No, I just realized by myself
Okay.
from my
Yeah, because that is a spot on. Like, most of it is a spot on. Minus the sex part. On, like, the freedom level. Probably the freedom level for me is mostly like to enjoy, like time on their own.
Yeah.
Probably the sex thing. I don't know why we're talking about this, but for the sake of discussion, like probably it's very dear usually to the feminine side.
Yeah.
Nobody would understand that on the feminine side. That's what I think.
Feminine side?
Feminine, like on the lady side, on
Oh,
the
okay.
women's side. Have you ever found someone who's going to understand you?
No,
No.
but I heard about some cases, but
Wow.
yeah, it's like it is, but I can understand it too. So it's that for me, it's I can imagine. I don't want this type of
That's kind of
relationships.
trouble,
Yeah, yeah. So I just, for example, I mean,
Yeah,
so per person, yeah. So it's a question of freedom, level of freedom. For example, for me, level of freedom to have always my space, my room. I can't imagine that.
level of privacy.
No, I can imagine, but I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, it's very important to have not like even one separate house, but
A separate
room.
Yeah,
So like when I can sleep, and you can sleep not in your room or in your room,
Yeah,
but I have this, yeah, this
certain
space.
rule. Yeah.
Yeah, always like this. The next thing about it's about freedom too. I mean, so about how so how, but it's not about it's not about partnerships. It's about only love relationships.
I kind of relate to that because personally I have that, and you may ask one of the reason why am I not going to like make my company that is existing for this venture because that is my home base.
Yeah.
So new venture is new venture.
Okay.
Any idea that's not going to be taken here, throw it there. Any idea that's not applicable here, probably is good here.
Yeah.
So I look at that.
Yeah, but okay. So that, yeah, this, I think I had this idea about this last pretty the same, the relationships just now. It's very interesting.
It's look at that. When you ask for me to like stay with you guys, that's very wonderful offer. But the thing is, like I'm not a perfect person. I have like spaces for my stuff. I move on certain things. I do like have an activity on certain time. Like if I want to do push-ups on this certain time, it's going to be very weird if I'm going to be like something like that, Like
But for example, for me, it's okay. I mean, I don't care about that.
like say for example, 3 in the morning
You
you will
didn't
see me doing that.
you didn't see my room now, so I have t-shirts all like
All over the
everywhere.
place.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Like
Then it's going to be like the two of us. And then our stuff are going to get, like. No, but I appreciate that and thank you for that. Like if you'll be needing the same thing, I'm not going to hesitate to, like ask you to come over. Something like that.
Okay, about partnership we discussed, but maybe some advices for founders, okay, for guys who just want to start the business company. So so you had the path from the employee, right?
Yes.
So okay, for example, let's see, I'm employee in the company. They want to start my business. So what like five, I don't know, 3 or 5 advices for him?
That's going to be quite a lot, but I would like to enclose it in certain statements. You know, like I, 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 I am very lucky. I didn't need to risk it all. I'm quite lucky in the sense that even if I want to do something outside of the employment, they don't want me to go away and they still hire me as their consultant. So meaning to say, I'm doing something else here while the monthly thing is here. And it's not only one. I have like 3 of those.
So you're talking about the something stable flow of money.
Yes. So I have 3 stable flow of money while I'm doing my stuff. I'm very lucky about that. That's the thing. So probably the advice on that part is, you know, like if you're really good at something, if you want to be really good at something, be the best out of it. Not just the okay one. Be the best. Be the top apple on what you're going to do, regardless of which. Without stepping on someone, without hurting anyone. Be the best friend of, you know, like, the place that you're going to work with. I'm not saying that you have to please everybody. I'm just saying that appreciate what's around. And then, you know, like, do it as a team.
Okay.
Because that's where the confidence of everyone and, you know, like, the accomplishment of a certain goal is going to get done.
Okay.
I remember this type of saying that if you want to go fast, go alone.
Yep.
If you want to go, you know, like, for a long time, go with a team.
Okay. That's all for advices.
Yeah, because for me, it's more of like luck and experience.
So yeah, thank you for this amazing conversation. About thank you for your advices, your ideas, your thoughts. So yeah, I think you have very right vision on the partnerships and on the different stuff. So I will like it. Do you have something for the last words to say to the people? Or
For me, it's always a pleasure, even if things are asked. It's always a pleasure to share thoughts. You know, especially if some people, probably some of your viewers out there, are just, you know, like, embark on something that gets them so busy, they forgot to think about something, or, you know, like, they might probably doubt if being ethical leads you to success. You know, it's actually not important. The successful word itself, it's usually, you know, like, it varies day to day. But the ethics that you have in your, you know, like, within you, that shouldn't change at all.
okay.
Because no matter where you go, it's going to lead you to somewhere good,
Okay.
whether to success or more success.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So yeah, thank you for
Thank you very much.
thank you for coming again. So I have last thoughts. I don't know, maybe about just focus on your main goals. Yeah, like make good partnerships. You already have the guideline for that after this interview, I think. And start if you feel that you can start something, if you have like money flows, create. If not, create money flows and start do your own companies. If you want to create startup, create it in 1 week, of course, with no code and with other stuff you can learn about that everywhere. And yeah, I mean, focus. I think so. The last thing, about the focus. I just I have a watch face now.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's like it's about focus. Can you
Yeah, yeah.
zoom it? So so if you have like this type of focuses everywhere in your like phone, in your it's okay. So you just it's always remind yourself that where you go, and keep this focus, and do the best. Do like only good things, of course. I think that's all. I don't have any thoughts for now. It's like pretty enough.
Yeah, I think if there is another topic with regards to the love relationship, you may actually interview Alex separately on that part. He has a very interesting point about that.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Thank you for your reaction of that. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I think it will be very good content.